Governor Walz brought the joy and brought the House down on day 3 of the Democratic National Convention. What a speech. I'm going to show you my favorite part of Governor Walz's speech right here, where he talks about his love of his family, his daughter Hope, his son Gus, and his wife Gwen. Watch this.
Hope, Gus, and Gwen, you are my entire world, and I love you. I'm letting you in.
I absolutely love this family. Here's just another camera angle of his son Gus saying, "That's my dad. That's my dad." Here, watch this.
World, and I love you. I'm letting you in on how we started a family, because this is a big part.
I'm going to show you more of the Governor Walz speech in just a moment, but for J.D. Vance, this was a very dark speech, he said. This was a very somber and bad speech. Here, this is what J.D. Vance said. I don't know, maybe J.D. Vance's eyeliner was preventing him from seeing what was happening. Here, play this clip.
I thought it was actually a very dark and ominous tone where they attacked Donald Trump and they attacked the people who voted for him rather than offer a compelling vision for the future. So it fell flat to my ears. Of course, the American people will make the ultimate decision.
All right, now going back to the real world of Governor Walz's speech. Here, Governor Walz talks about we need to build a country where workers come first. Play this clip.
Donald Trump. That's how we'll build a country where workers come first. Healthcare and housing are human rights. And the government stays the hell out of your bedroom. That's how we make America a place where no child is left hungry, where no community is left behind, where nobody gets told they don't belong. That's how we're going to fight. And as the next president of the United States always says, when we fight, when we fight, when we fight, thank you. God bless.
Then Governor Walz talks about how in Minnesota, we respect the decisions of our neighbors. Play the clip.
We also protected reproductive freedom because in Minnesota, we respect our neighbors and the personal choices they make. And even if we wouldn't make those same choices for ourselves, we've got a golden rule. Mind your own damn business.
Governor Walz then talks about what his priorities were as a governor. And while other states were banning books, what was Governor Walz and what were the people in Minnesota doing? Play this clip.
And we made sure that every kid in our state gets breakfast and lunch every day. So while other states were banning books from their schools, we were banishing hunger from ours.
I love too is Governor Walz kind of pulled back the curtain and shared his story when he was a 40-something-year-old high school teacher and his students motivated him to run for office, to run for a congressional seat that had always been held by Republicans. Play this clip.
So there I was, a 40-something high school teacher with little kids, zero political experience, and no money, running in a deep red district. But you know what? Never underestimate a public school teacher. Never.
Here was one of, I think, the more powerful moments of Governor Walz's speech, where he talks about the Second Amendment. He says, look, I'm a gun owner. I support the Second Amendment. He goes, I got a better shot than most of these Republicans out there. I've beat them in shooting competitions before, but we can't ever forget and neglect the safety of our children. Here, play the clip.
I'm letting you in on how we started a family, because this is a big part about what this election is about. Freedom. When Republicans use the word freedom, they mean that the government should be free to invade your doctor's office. Corporations, free to pollute your air and water. And banks, free to take advantage of customers. But when we Democrats talk about freedom, we mean the freedom to make a better life for yourself and the people that you love. Freedom to make your own healthcare decisions. And yeah, your kids' freedom to go to school without worrying about being shot dead in the hall. Look, I know guns. I'm a veteran. I'm a hunter. And I was a better shot than most Republicans in Congress, and I got the trophies to prove it. But I'm also a dad. I believe in the Second Amendment, but I also believe our first responsibility is to keep our kids safe. That's what this is all about. The responsibility we have to our kids, to each other, and to the future that we're building together, in which everyone is free to build the kind of life they want.
Governor Walz then talks about how it's our differences of the family down the road and what they believe, but that's what makes America a melting pot and special. Play this clip.
That family down the road, they may not think like you do. They may not pray like you do. They may not love like you do, but they're your neighbors. And you look out for them, and they look out for you. Everybody belongs, and everybody has a responsibility to contribute. For me, it was serving in the Army National Guard. I joined up 2 days after my 17th birthday, and I proudly wore our nation's uniform for 24 years. My dad...
All incredible moments right there. But here, J.D. Vance, after the speech took place, it's kind of a weird thing for someone to say. Let me show you the clip first here.
And it just highlights the extraordinary contrast. Donald Trump can point to 4 years of successful leadership and say, I delivered rising prices.
As our editor-in-chief, Ron Filipkowski, said, I know he's always hated Donald Trump, but I don't think he's supposed to say this now. That's so good. Also, there was the one moment I got to show you of Bill Clinton's speech, former President Clinton's speech, where he mentions how Donald Trump keeps talking about Hannibal Lecter all the time. Play this clip.
One of the things is when you send a signal to the other countries, you want them to know whether they agree with you or not, at least that you're on the level. Here's where you are and what you believe. What are they supposed to make to these endless tributes to the late, great Hannibal Lecter? I mean, President Obama once gave me the great honor of saying I was the explainer-in-chief. Folks, I've thought and thought about it, and I don't know what to say.
Can we just compare that to Donald Trump's speech in Asheboro earlier today in North Carolina? Donald Trump's low-energy, strange speech. Here, play this clip.
That's in your state. You want to know more in your state? So they just found 257,000 votes. This happened last week. A judge ruled in Georgia that are missing from the 2020 election. Yeah. So this just came out. You're behind. You should.
So your source is trust me, bro? That's your source?
The source, it's in your papers in Georgia. You need to read your news.
You haven't given me any last name.
You need to read your news. No, this is your Georgia news.
Yeah.
This is your Georgia.
Thanks, buddy. Have a good day, sir. Let's keep walking.
I think the contrast cannot be clear. Oh, by the way, shout out to Adam Mockler, our Gen Z reporter and our correspondent on the ground at the DNC. And also shout out to Noah, the incredible 12-year-old, brilliant 12-year-old who stood up to Mike Lindell, one of Donald Trump's top surrogates, who showed up in disguise to yell at this 12-year-old. And then Noah, the 12-year-old, stood up. We captured it all here on the MeidasTouch Network. Play this clip.
They were killing him under Obama. Did you see Barack Hussein Obama last night? Take little shots. He was taking shots at your president. And so was Michelle. You know, they always say, sure, please stick to policy. Don't get personal. And yet they're getting personal all night long, these people. Do I still have to stick to policy? Sir, you must stick to policy. You'll win it on the border. You'll win it with inflation. You'll win it with your great military that you built that they gave away $85 billion worth of it in Afghanistan. Sir, you're going to win it on crime. The crime is running through the streets like never before. You're going to win it on all of these things. And
what a moment. Anyway, hit subscribe. Great speech by Governor Walz. Great speech by Bill Clinton. Great speech by all of the speakers. Tell me what you think. Let's get to 3 million subscribers. Thanks for watching.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.